Hello Wargamers, it's me Callum from TableTopBanter, and today we have a video for you, another Vassal Tactical Battle Report. This time we've picked a formation from the Tempestus Scion's book, which is the Ground Assault formation. We've built it to 1,000 points, and we tried testing it out against the Space Marine army. So I play the Tempestus Scions here, and Harry took control of the Space Marines. Now, I'm taking full responsibility for this. I messed up the screenshotting. And we're actually recording this vocal part a few days later, so we were having to kind of remember what's going on. It might have even been a week later. So what you can see here at the moment is first turn for the Tempestus Scions, because I won both the roll-offs. So what we're going to do is go over our deployment first.
Yes.
As I actually do remember that. I deployed first. So I put all 4 of my tanks. These are actually Tauroxes. Chimera models, but it's a Taurox. And I just lined them up as close to the middle of the board as I could. And that was my deployment.
So my deployment with my army was, first of all, I'll go through my army. I had a Landspeeder Storm with a few scouts and bolt guns in. You can see on the top right there. Just kind of hit that. I was going to swoop around and grab some objectives and stuff. I then had some Terminators with a Terminator Captain walking on from that board edge. And then I also had a Assault Marine squad on the bottom right there. And then I also had a Tactical Marine squad, Rhino.
Yeah, that's right. No, Rhino, but you combat squadded, didn't you?
That I combat squadded. Yep. And you can see they're not there anymore in that, but we'll go on to that. And then in reserves, I had a drop pod with Stern Guard, all combi melters, and just a Predator with autocannon heavy bolters. So it was just sort of a rounded
Space Marine
not
list.
Great, not bad list. Might have those models lying about type list.
Yeah. So my list was so the formation works in you have to take a Tempestus Scion Company command squad and 3 Tempestus Scion squads. So I made them all 10-man. No, I didn't. I made 2 10-man and a 5-man, and obviously a command squad. Now the way I modelled them up was 2 of them had volley guns, one of them had melter guns, and one of them had plasma guns. Now the Tauroxes had various different loadouts. Some were anti-tank and some were anti-infantry. My anti-tank loadouts were twin-linked autocannon missile launcher, and the anti-infantry loadout was twin-linked volley gun Gatling cannon. So a list that I'm actually looking to try and get to someday, because I do have some Scions knocking about. I do want to build them up a bit because I do think they look amazing. And the sculpts are very, very cool. So that was my list, basically. And as you can see here in turn 1, I have to be aggressive. I noticed that I'm playing guys with toughness 3 who have a 4-up save. All my vehicle armour is 10 all the way around. So my first thought was, okay, Harry has Stern Guard in reserve, combi melter. So let's move all the vehicles up and disembark everything. Now this worked twofold, because when you disembark with this formation, I get twin-linked and pinning on my shots. And the second thing, it took down the value to popping a Taurox, because now he wasn't going to wound the inside as well. So I tried to really saturate the mine with target priority and such. And as you can see, it was pretty effective. I actually used the combi melter, the melter guns and the Taurox fired into the Rhino and destroyed it.
You destroyed that, it exploded, didn't it? And it killed a few guys inside.
Yep, and then the rest of the guys were polished off with the remaining Taurox. I then fired the squad next to the second Taurox into your Tactical Marines and wiped them out. We come down, the command squad took away 1 Terminator. And then on the far right-hand side, the Taurox and the squad there managed to kill 4 Assault Marines. So a very efficient turn.
I wasn't expecting it to be like that in my reel. I mean, I sort of underestimated. I was just a bit stupid. I sort of stuck everything out in the open and just thought, I'll be all right.
Well, I mean, you don't really expect that kind of efficiency. The twin-linked and pinning made a huge difference. The twin-linked especially, not so much the pinning, but the twin-linked was incredible. And it would have made more of a difference if I was in rapid fire, but I did have to disembark. I did not have a choice because of the Stern Guard melter. But a very effective first turn. I got first blood, and I also got 4 kill points. which took me to a total of 5 points. We were playing Purge the Alien in the end with diagonal deployment. So I was 5-0 up on my first turn, and we're just going to roll into Harry's turn 1.
Yep, so my turn 1, my Stern Guard came in right off the board, mishap, and they all died.
Yeah, you rolled a 1, so they were removed from play. So that took me to 6 kill points, and I didn't even have to shoot them.
Yep, so that was, yeah, that was good. Or did you get the kill point for the drop pod as well?
Oh, yeah, so that would have been 7.
Yeah. I think
so I'm 7-0 at this point.
Yeah, so I've got these Terminators, my Land Speeder Storm, and a Predator Reserve. So I'm thinking, oh my god, like this went south very quickly. I thought, what can I do? I charged my Assault Marine in. I thought I'll move him and try and get him in.
Died in Overwatch.
Died in Overwatch, because I thought, I'm going to charge him anyway, because if not, he's just going to get shot next turn and die. But he did actually shoot one and kill one. So
yeah. Not all is lost.
Not all is lost. My Terminators moved forwards a little bit and gunned down some of your command squad.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, the Stern Guard falling off the board was careless. I mean, really, someone needs to work on their tracking signal and stuff, but that is a big chunk of points gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the end of the day, yes, I think that was game-changing. But I still don't think that this... I think I probably would still back the Tempestus against the Stern Guard. And having that mobility means I can move away from the Termies, shoot down the Stern Guard, and deal with the Terminators in a different turn.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't have a very mobile force. I needed a more anti-infantry force really to get rid of this.
Because the vehicles are so quick as well. They're fast transports. They re-roll terrain automatically. You don't need a dozer blade. They're actually pretty decent little vehicles, Tauroxes. But yeah, that was the big problem, really, the Stern Guard scattering. So we'll roll into... Okay, so this is my turn 2 now. So what I decided to do was get everyone back in the vehicles. The Stern Guard are gone. I'm much safer now. However, I did move the command squad forward to act as a buffer to stop the captain coming in. Because after I killed that Assault Marine, of course, at this point, I'm 8 points to 0 up. I had the Commissar as my Warlord. The Commissar detached from that little unit and went into his Taurox to hide. I took the command squad forwards. They were just basically fodder, bait. And everything else just repositioned a little bit, looking to exploit the movement and the now mass advantage that I had. So yeah, at this point I was up 8 points to none on the kill points, which is pretty bad. But so not great start there for the Space Marines, let's face it. But now we've got a funny screenshot, so we're going to have to explain what happened there. Okay, guys, so what's happened here is I messed up the screenshots, and what we can see...
You did.
Yes, I did. So what we can see is the Space Marine turn 2 and the Scion's turn 3. So I'll get Harry to go through his turn 2 first, and yeah.
So
Did your Warlord detach from the Terminators?
Yeah, my Warlord detached from the Terminators. Sorry, because this is before that you then shot everything. So I think my Warlord detached from the Terminators and ran in to charge your command squad, which you did.
Yeah, that's right.
Successfully.
Obviously.
And my Scouts disembarked from the Land Speeder Storm. Oh no, that was in your turn, wasn't it? So my Land Speeder Storm has just moved up behind that building. And that was about it. My Predator didn't come in.
Your Terminators moved up from the forest towards the other forest.
The idea is my captain would assault these guys, and then my Terminators would assault the other guys.
But they failed charge.
They failed their charge. They didn't get in.
No. Unfortunately not. And that was quite key because in the ensuing turn, I had a vast amount of firepower to pour into them. So what happened there was I downed 3 Terminators and got another kill point, which took me up to 9.
Yeah.
I then fired the squads on the right-hand side of the board and targeted the Land Speeder Storm. Destroyed that, so I was now up to 10. And then yeah, so everything sort of focused in on the Termies, really, because they were obviously difficult to get rid of. But they did manage to fall, so I was up 10 points to 0 at this point.
Yeah.
And now we'll roll into the next screenshot, so let's see what I did wrong here. Okay, so this was the Harry's turn, and the Predator came in.
The Predator came in. My captain actually killed that command squad, so I got my first point.
Yeah, now it's 10 to 1.
Since one your Warlord ran away like a little pussy, didn't he? So I didn't actually get Warlord kill.
No, Warlord's in the... Oh yeah, you didn't, because he was in the Taurox.
That's not a command squad, was it? That was just normal.
That was a command squad, but my Warlord was a commissar.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So then he consolidated and ran around from the brunt of the firepower. In the previous turn, you downed my storm, my Laspia Storm.
Of course, yeah.
Jumped out and didn't do much. My Predator came on and tried to blap your Chimera in the rear armour. I think I got it down to 1. Your Taurox, sorry.
Yeah. Got it down to 1, but didn't do anything major.
Didn't do anything major. And it was this point I thought, okay, what's going to happen next? My scouts aren't going to do anything. But it's physically impossible now for me to really win.
Yeah, it was at a point where, well, I was 10 points to 1 up. So we did decide to call the game here.
Yep.
I think the key bit for this game was the Stern Guard.
The Stern Guard came overboard, but I think most of it was just the fact that I had everything deployed out in the open, and it was just this sort of this wave of Taurox fire, and there was plasma and melter and about an Ep.3 stuff that I really just wasn't expecting on the first turn. It's really I wasn't expecting that much to be in my face in the first turn, even though it's not rocket science that's how it happened. But
yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, at the beginning of the game, my original plan was to be defensive, kind of hide behind cover, move my things around, and try and pick off one unit at a time piecemeal. However, when I got first deployment, I looked at the table and the Stern Guard were there. I was like, right, I can't do that because you'll just pop a tank the turn you come on. So I'm very glad I played aggressively. And that first turn was key. Getting 5 kill points in turn 1 is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We both came into this game thinking like, oh, Scions, like they're just a support army.
Yeah. Honestly, Space Marines, I would have thought I had this.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, if I played it better, I probably could have had this. I could have done that.
Yeah, I think that Scions... Okay, my personal view before this game was Scions are not an army you can play on their own. My view after this game is they certainly are.
I think if you took... Maybe not this formation, this is just something we just took because...
We wanted to try it.
We just wanted to try formation, and this is... We're trying out formation in this series, so we thought we'll try that out, but... I think if you have an army of Scions where you've got some Valkyries and then...
Well, if you take this formation and their other formation, which is the one with Valkyries...
That's about, 1,500, 2,000 points, probably?
Yeah, you've got a seriously strong army, in my opinion.
That is, you've got a heck of a lot of flyers. That's 3? It brings in 3 or 2?
It might be 4.
Maybe. We'll have a look at that. We might be something we do in the future. 2,000 point game with that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. But that and this...
It's a serious force. It lacks any long-range firepower. But
other than the flyers.
You get the mobility. But if you have vendettas with las cannons, you're pretty much set on most things.
Yep. And you can always just give your guys like plasma or something with the vendetta movement and the vehicle movement. You can make range.
I'm still going to argue that the best way to do it is to have some some sort of allied with guard. Have a few big blobs in there.
Yeah, I think that, or you ally these guys with your Space Marines and have them as a specific taking out Ep.3 stuff.
It was good to see because whenever I've seen Scions in battle reports, on a rare occasion I've played them once, I think, it would have been Deep Strike and it's sort of more used as a suicide squad. Yet it's here, the tactics, and everything here is Imperial Guard. You've got squads of 10 moving around cover, jumping out of vehicles. That's guard tactics, but they're...
well, it's mobile guard tactics, which you don't get very often because normally it's create your line of shooting and leave it.
Exactly, and I didn't have much on the board at any one period of time, and I never had that firepower to give back
Exactly. I honestly think this game went quite well for the Scions.
Yeah,
And it does prove you if you. I mean, with this formation in particular, I do think it's possibly slightly stronger than the Valkyrie one. You can't actually take the Valkyrie one on its own because you have to start them in
exactly.
reserve. But I do really like this formation. I do really like the other one, and I think together they'll make a strong list.
Yeah,
But we'll have to try that out at some point.
they're very cheap to buy as well.
Oh yes, so it's practically free, other than the fact that they're maybe the most expensive army, apart from a Wyvern-based guard list.
Yeah, Wyverns and Tempestus Scions is the best way.
Very expensive. But yeah, so that was it really. I won 10 points to 1. I do think the Stern Guard made a bit of a difference, but I still would have thought they would have been an even matchup.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of the game, and maybe even some ideas as to what you'd like to see in some future games. Hopefully we're getting plenty more of these out, as obviously we can't do the easy battle reports as we are quite far apart. But these kind of things we can do. It gives us a chance to try stuff we don't have. It gives us a chance to try tactics and really have a look at that side of the game. As obviously I normally focus on fluff on the channel. So yeah, thank you, Harry, for helping out with this.
No worries, it was a pleasure.
As ever, don't forget to check in the description below. There is a link to the blog, which is obviously Harry's domain, and some KLC updates there, and probably more. Plenty.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
3D printer, so
yeah, of
when I
course.
get that working, we'll be 3D printing one.
And some nice 2D terrain, 2D like flat pack terrain stuff.
All sorts of good stuff.
Loads of things. And finally, there's another link just below that one to the Legion of Gamza Facebook page. Go and check it out. Lots of content from a small community that really focuses on each other. Fantastic stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, have fun.